podcast is not for the weak-minded or easily offended. You're listening to the Ranting with Ramos podcast. This episode, as always, contains language that may not be suitable for all listeners.
The following podcast contains language that may not be suitable for all listeners.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be my first podcast. This one here is going to be the first in a series that I'm going to be doing about my life, how I grew up. I'm going to keep it 100% real. The only way I know how to be is real, so unfiltered, and I'm going to let you know my life. And I was supposed to release the first episode August 31st, but because I thought it was going to take me that long to actually come up with something, but I sat down and first I wrote like a script, but then after I just said fuck it. I just, I did have an outline, but I just kept going, and this is the end result of it. It's my first one, so we'll see how it goes. Here it is, and I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and here we go. Episode 1, the beginning. Well, my mom came from Guadalajara, Jalisco in the 70s. My father also came from Guadalajara, Jalisco. My mom became pregnant with me. My father didn't want me, and wanted my mom to have an abortion. My mom said no. She wanted to have me. She wanted to have a son. It was hard for my mom. They split up, and my mom was forced to move in with a female friend of hers, where we lived for a while. Sometime later, my mom found a letter that my father had written to one of his sisters in Mexico, where she was planning on stealing me and sending me away, giving me to his sister in Mexico, who wasn't able to have kids. My mom turned the letter into the police and applied for child support. My father then, he had to leave back to Guadalajara. When I was 5, we were in Guadalajara, and my mom took me to meet him and told me that, this is your dad. And I was confused because I thought my stepfather wasn't my dad. And I remember a huge farm and billiards. I remember my grandma. She was really nice. She prepared a big pot of menudo. In 1982, my brother Charlie was born. And I was now living in San Gabriel with my mother and my stepdad, and my little brother. There were good times, but it was tough, for my mom and us kids. My stepdad would come home late at night, and, I'd cover my face and my body with the cobija, and I'd make a small hole opening where, I could peek through. And, I'd watch my stepdad be all drunk and be screaming and beating my mom almost every other payday. After a night out, he'd waste all his fucking money and shit. And I tell myself I would never do that to my wife, My stepdad was only nice to us, actually, when he was high. But as soon as he was out of weed, he'd take it out on all of us. He would, he would physically and verbally abuse all of us. We were the second house in a row of like 5 houses. The first house, in the first house there was a Limpy and Creeper, and in the 5th house lived Cisco and Lazy from the Big Bad Sangra gang. So my stepdad would sometimes score weed from them. I'd watch him hide behind the house and smoke, and I knew he was doing something bad because, why else would he be hiding, So, in 1985, my stepdad messed up his back when he was working, so he wasn't able to work anymore. So my mom had to support all of us. She worked hard. She sold food on the side, hem pants, did whatever, just to make ends meet. There was always food in the house, and we always had clothes. We had clean shoes. Never starving. And I was always into The Cure and, 80s new wave. My stepdad always tell me like, oh, that stuff's gay. You're too much into music. But I didn't care because, when I was 5, I knew that I wanted to be a dad. I wanted to have a wife. I wanted to provide for my family, even as a little kid when I was 5. I'd see girls, oh shit, he's pretty. I'd be like, why do they look at their asses though? Like, why are men into asses? But then when I was 9, when I was, how old was I? When I was 9 years old, oh shit, that's why men like asses, and I became an ass man. And my tío Beto, he was a really big influence on me. He loved The Cure. He still does to this day. He's still alive, thank God. And he recorded like tapes, like, the latest Cure tape that came out. I found his tape. He recorded for me, and I'd have a copy. And then in '92, when I was 12, he took me to my first ever concert, which was The Cure. It was cool, man. Everybody was fucking smoking weed. He wasn't into weed. I was a fucking kid. But I remember on the way home, we fucking got lost because he was high, because secondhand smoke and shit. But at the concert, he bought me probably a tour poster and the program also for the show. It was cool. And then, but one day my stepdad was pissed off. He said, hey, he saw the poster in my room. He said, hey, take that gay shit down. And he was fucking pissed off, and he took it down. And he ripped it into fucking pieces, and it was fucked up because I was a big fan, so that shit really pissed me off. But fuck it. And then, so my stepdad wasn't working at the time, so he'd stay home, and he'd beat me and my brother, and he'd fucking beat our ass and shit, take it out on us, fucking pick us up and throw us over the fucking couches. Just fucking boom, launch us over the fucking couches. We land on the fucking floor. And then in '86, my brother when he was 4 years old, he didn't want to eat fish sticks. We used to eat a lot of fish sticks, but he didn't want to eat fish sticks that day. So my stepdad was yelling, come on, eat the fucking fish sticks, And all of a sudden, my stepdad just backhands my brother. And he's in a high chair, and he fucking falls down, lands on his fucking arm. The fucking arm breaks. My brother's crying, screaming. My stepdad took him to the doctor. And when I went to the hospital, they said, oh, no, he fell on his own and shit, He's, he wasn't going to admit to that shit to go to jail. And then one day, he would make us drink like hot ass coffee, and he'd make us drink boiling hot coffee. And one day he said, come on, drink the fucking coffee. But now I was like pissed off. I was like, fuck it. I pounded the coffee, and shit burned the shit out of my throat. And he fucking ran over. I was in the corner. He ran over. I was sitting down. He fucking hit me with a fucking left hook, fucking overhand right, left hook, fucking uppercut straight to the fucking head, like what? And I'd be like, what the fuck? Just because I didn't want to drink the hot coffee. And then one day he was high as fuck on acid. I guess somebody gave him some fucking acid. And I was at home kicking it, with my shirt off. I was a fucking little kid, I was chubby and shit. And he wanted me to go outside. Hey, go outside with your fucking shirt off. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Hey, go outside with your... Then he fucking started chasing me. Like, he wanted to beat the fuck out of me. So I started running around the house. I ran into my fucking neighbor's house, out the back door, into the front door. He fucking ran right fucking behind me. He was fucking crazy, like fucking possessed and shit, man. That shit was fucking crazy. And then one morning, like in '96, around that time in the summers, I fucking, ever since I was 14, I'd apply for like, a summer job and shit. They used to call that shit career partners. It was in San Gabriel and shit on the corner of, Broadway, Mission and San Gabriel Boulevard. We used to go there in the fucking summertime and fucking, work. So my mom wouldn't have to fucking buy me clothes and shit. And so, yeah, I bought myself clothes and shit. And one day I was going to wear some blue Dockers. I guess he thought I fucking wore them too much. And he's like, no, you're not going to wear those fucking Dockers. And my mom was home for some reason. She didn't work that day. And he's like, leave him alone. Like, he bought those fucking pants, and they're not gangster pants. Just let him wear them. He's like, nah, fuck that. So he used to have a big, thick-ass weightlifting belt. Those big fucking thick ones that the bodybuilders use. So he runs up to her, and he whips her once. Boom. Fucking raises up his arm, fucking whips her again. Boom. I'm in the fucking table, in the kitchen table, watching this. I'm like, fuck this. I ran up. And right when he fucking picked his arm up, I came up from behind and I got him in a fucking chokehold and I flipped his ass on the floor. and I held him down from his arms, and my brother was holding him down by his legs, and he's fucking squirming like a fucking like a dying roach, man. Like when I fucking kill roaches and shit, and they're fucking dying like that, man. Like he's on his back, like, oh, let me go, fucking, let me go. And we fought to hold his ass down, and then as he heard the fucking the fucking police fucking sirens coming, they kept closer and closer. He was fighting harder and harder. Then the fucking cops came, they took over, they took his ass, and fucking he went to jail. He got booked in Temple City. It was the sheriffs that were local. And then after that, my mom went to court, and she's like, no, I don't want to press charges anymore. But luckily, it's like, even if your spouse doesn't want to press the charges, it's fucking domestic violence. And even if your spouse says, no, let him go, and you have a change of heart, it doesn't matter, because you're fucking breaking the law, so that doesn't matter to them. My tío Beto knew that, even though there was a father figure at home, but there wasn't a good father figure. So he was always there on birthdays and special events. He bought me my first CD player. It was Guns N' Roses, "Sweet Child of Mine" single, and The Cure, "Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me." And in '93 on my birthday, my tío, he came over. He was buzzed. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna buy you a cake, or you want some t-shirts?" Like, nah man, I want some t-shirts. So we decided to go to Hollywood. That's where back in the '90s, you could actually still buy cool stuff. You could buy band t-shirts and leather, fucking Docs, Creepers. Now it's fucking all Echo, Unlimited, and all that stupid shit. But so we took off in his '79 red Camaro, and we're hauling ass down the street. And we're like in a big ass curve, and some white fool stuck his ass out, I guess taunting my uncle. My uncle almost ran his ass over. And then, once we got there, we're looking around and shit in the t-shirt shop, and there was a drawing of Jim Morrison, like a pencil drawing. And I was like, wow, that shit's cool, And I told my uncle, hey, that's a cool drawing, man. He's like, you know what, Jose? He's you could draw like that, And then I remember still now, man, him telling me that shit made me think, like, you know what, fuck, I could do anything, and that's the fucking truth. I strongly believe that I could do anything. I tell my kids too, you could fucking, it's not even to be corny or nothing, it's fuck, realistically, I know how to do tons of fucking shit. If you know me personally, I know how to fucking do everything. And it's out of necessity, realistically, because, in the early stages, when I was in my 20s and shit, early 20s, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was fucking, had a household. My wife didn't work. It was just me working, because it's like, I took it as, easily I could have had my mom take care of my kids. We could have had maybe, her parents or a babysitter. But, even though I was young and it would have made shit easier, like, that's my responsibility. Those kids are my kids. The only time I would drop them off is, like, let's say we're going to a concert. I drop them off for 3-4 hours and pick them up right away, But it was tough. So in the beginning, my car would break down or whatever. And I'd fucking fix it, I just, look up how to do it on, internet was still kind of early. So YouTube didn't exist back then. We're talking 2002, 2001. And, I'd look up, how to do step by step and fucking change brakes, radiator, shit like that. And, I strongly believe that, God gave me all that knowledge because at the time I didn't have money to pay anybody to do it. So he gave me the knowledge to do it, and then from there, like, I learned how to cut hair. I'd cut my son's hair, and I practiced on him. In the beginning, he wouldn't want me to cut his hair. But, oh, no, Dad, I don't want to get a haircut. And, I said, watch, man. Once you're in high school, you're going to want a haircut, Once you see fucking chicks, you want to be clean and shit. And, yeah, man, after that, he fucking want a haircut every fucking week. I'd be cutting his hair, And then also, I always wanted to learn how to tattoo. You know, I've always been into art. I've always been drawing and shit. I've always loved music. And so like in 2006, with my tax money, I bought a tattoo machine. And I didn't really get people. I would tattoo my brother and stuff and tattoo my legs and shit. And after a while, I started getting better, but I kind of stopped doing it. I wish I would have kept going with that. I mean, but it's never too late. I could still fucking do it. But yeah, like, you know, like just out of necessity, learning how to do different fucking things. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking say everything, you know. That'll come later. I'll mention, you know, with time, other stories and stuff. But I made this podcast. I mean, just to, you know, like just push it out there. You know, this is my life, and also eventually I'm gonna interview guests. I'm gonna interview, you know, people from back in the day that I grew up with, their take on stuff, and like, you know, politics, whatever's on, you know, the new shit that's going on. Like, for example, like this with this whole Corona shit. Personally, for me, it's all bullshit. You know, it's like people die of the flu every year, man. You know, so now all of a sudden nobody's dying of the flu. It's all just Corona. Nah, bullshit. And then you know, all this fucking rioting shit where they killed that Floyd guy, and all of a sudden everyone's fucking protesting and Corona's over. And now they kind of stopped the fucking protesting. It's not fucking violent no more. And all of a sudden, it's 4th of July, and people thought they were going to reopen. And all of a sudden, oh, you can't go anywhere because now the fools ain't protesting. Now Corona's back. Oh, and it's fucking, it's back fucking 60% higher or whatever the fuck the number is. But it's just all bullshit to scare people and fuck the economy up. You know, I know a lot of people are very narrow-minded and they're afraid and they believe fucking the government. Oh, why would they do this and that? But man, we ain't shit but fucking insects, man. We ain't shit but like no fucking, like an ant, no fucking squash you. Ain't nobody gonna say shit, you know? You know, just if you look at, for example, September 11th, you know, fucking that's an inside job fucking, and if you don't believe that, fuck, I'm sorry for you, man. You fucking need to do your own fucking research and look it up. That's what I did. I'm always looking up, looking, you know, having an open mind and shit. Look at other ways of looking at things and shit. But and then also, like, you know, all this shit going on with the black dudes, like fucking up the eloteros, you know, the fucking the eloteras, the paleteros getting killed in Texas and shit. I know mainly the real black OG fools, they don't believe in that shit, doing that shit, because that shit ain't right. But it's mainly all these fucking kids. And I honestly think that maybe the fucking government's paying these motherfuckers to do all this shit, man. The fucked up thing is, if this shit continues to happen, I know my people, you know, if you know you're Mexican, you know that shit keeps happening. There's gonna be a fucking order from up top, and they're gonna be killing these black dudes, man, which is fucked up, because it's just a couple of these fools that are doing this bullshit. You know, it's mainly fucking kids that don't fucking have no respect, and that's what it is, man. But it, you know, it's an unspoken thing where you don't fuck with kids, you don't fuck with old people, you don't fuck with women, and these motherfuckers don't give a fuck, and they're making easy money, you know, and which is fucked up. We outnumber them, we outnumber the whites, we outnumber everybody, and yet, you know, we'd rather fucking sell you something, fucking make you something, do work for you, you know, than to be doing that shit, you know? Like, you know, for example, you see us, you know, you see people, you see us selling fruit, oranges and shit, and right next to us will be some white dude begging for money and shit. That's not us, man. We're not gonna do that shit. And so, you know, and the fucked up thing is the cops will come harass the elotero, the fool selling oranges, and the fool that's fucking begging for fucking money. They'll let his ass alone, leave him alone and shit, you know? And it's fucked up. You know, when I was working in fucking Beverly Hills and shit up a year ago, you know, I'd be working and shit, and early in the morning and shit, and we'd be there in the fucking stores, man. Like, I'd be, you know, exterminating and doing shit at these fucking big stores and shit, these high-end fucking stores. And, you know, in there also would be the cleaning crews, you know, Mexican people, South American people, cleaning and shit. And let me realize, like, fuck, you know, like, we really make this shit fucking, we make this whole fucking California, United States, we make this shit run, man. Like, there's, like, you know, paisas and bikes, you know, delivering food and shit, doing, you know, shit that these motherfuckers wouldn't do. I would see, you know, just like we see on TV, you see, like, Mexican ladies with the white kids, you know, taking them fucking here and there and shit. And the parents, I mean, the Mexican people are more in their fucking lives and shit. And it's fucked up. But, you know, I'm just the same as they are, you know, like, we make this shit run, man. And even though because of us everything keeps going and shit, they're never gonna see us as fucking Americans, but fuck it, you know. We just gotta keep going and going, and to the point of where people say that fucking oh, there's racism and shit. Yeah, there's fucking racism and shit, you know. I never really experienced it firsthand, you know. Just some as white people, you go somewhere, they'll fucking mad dog you and shit. But you know, mad dog ain't doing shit. As long as they don't fucking touch me, there ain't no fucking problem, you know. But you know, no white person ever fucking stopped me from going to fucking school. It's my fucking fault that I don't want to fucking learn. You know, I could have done fucking better, but I didn't like school. Fuck no, I didn't like school, and to this day I don't fucking like school. And they can't stop you. That's actually me, the way I work. Fucking if they would have been racist to me, like, fuck, you tell me I can do something, I'm gonna fucking show you I could do it, and better than how the fuck you thought I could do it, you know. But everybody's different, and I don't think it's cool that people use that shit as a fucking excuse. Oh, fucking the white man didn't let me do shit, man. Them motherfuckers can't stop you from doing nothing, man. We stop ourselves. And if we were to see, we're really hardworking. If we had the opportunity where we didn't have to work, and we focused all this fucking energy into actually learning some shit, man, we'd fucking run the shit. Well, I mean, we already do. We're the ones behind the scenes, but we'd be getting fucking the money that we're supposed to be getting fucking paid, because we'd fucking be the doctors, we'd be the lawyers, we'd be fucking these fucking high-paying, you know, in these high-paying positions. You know, turning all that fucking hard work into actual, you know, learning, you know, because fuck, it just goes both ways, man. But I mean, we all gotta fucking, like Rodney King said, we all gotta fucking get along, you know, because we all gotta fucking, we're already fucking here. We all gotta fucking find a way to, you know, keep it moving and shit, you know. But fuck, well, with all this, everyone's all fucking sensitive now. And recording shit, you can't even say something because you can fucking get fired, or, you know, some fucking, oh, that fucking offends me and this and that. And that's why people will fucking, you know, like, they have no respect. Like, man, like, before, man, you knew not to look at no one's fucking woman, man, because you get fucked up. Now it's like nobody has no fucking respect. Motherfuckers will bump into you, you know, and look at you a certain way. Before, people had respect because they knew they'd get fucked up. They get fucking take flight on your fucking ass. But nowadays, everyone's just too fucking soft. Everyone tries to be all fucking, fuck this, that's gangster, and blah, blah, blah. When they don't even know what the fucking half about being a fucking gangster or being around motherfuckers. That's the thing. All right. So that was episode 1. And, the first installment of my life, the life of Ranting with Ramos. And thanks for listening. And everyone, be safe out there. And look out for the next one. Should be coming in about a week. And God bless everyone.